learning is broad and deep, you must not display it, but keep it humbly within. These 6 ways of contemplation just mentioned by me are a means to tackle the problem from its opposite side. If one can thus cultivate the mind, then virtue and morality will grow and fortune will increase on its own. There are many intelligent people in the world who refuse to cultivate morality and virtue and cannot put forth diligent effort in their work. Their failures later in life are owed to a single word: laziness. In short, the teachings of Master Yun Gu are truly the most worthy, profound, real and proper teachings. And I hope that you will study them closely and practice them with all your effort. You must use your time wisely and not let it slip by in vain. Do you understand?
I know, Father. Thank you for your teaching.
How can we be free from faults when we were not born as saints or sages? Confucius once said, "One with faults should not fear to correct them." As such, when we have made a mistake, don't be afraid to correct it. During the spring-autumn period, many prestigious advisors and counselors of nations were able to accurately predict whether a person's future would be good, bad, disastrous, or fortunate based on their observations of that person's speech and behavior. These can be seen recorded in several history books.
What methods did they use to make predictions?
Usually, there are signs which signal impending danger or of coming good fortune. These signs are a reflection of one's heart. Though it isn't the heart from which thoughts arise, the body and its limbs can fully portray a person's character. For instance, if a person is kind-hearted, then his or her every gesture will indicate steadiness and stolidity. If this behavior portrays kindness, then you will know for sure in advance that his good fortune is not far behind. On the contrary, when we see unkind behavior from a person, we will know that troubles await him or her.
Then how do we make corrections?
There are 3 ways to reform one's faults. First, one must feel shame. As the saying goes, one who knows shame is not far from being a courageous person. Think of all the ancient saints and sages whose names and teachings have lasted through hundreds of generations. They were the people just like us, but why is my name tarnished and my reputation ruined in just one lifetime? I find that it is because I overindulge myself in material pleasures and have been badly influenced by the polluted environment. I also secretly do many things I am not supposed to do and think others won't know about it. Sometimes I disregard the nation's laws and am not ashamed of it. Without realizing it, I stoop lower each day until I am no different from an animal. There is nothing else in the world which calls for more shame and remorse than these behaviors. Mencius once said, "Shame is the greatest and most important word in a person's lifetime." Why? Because one who knows shame will put forth his best effort in reforming faults and will eventually attain sagehood or become a saint. The second way to reform is that one must know fear. What are we to fear? We must know that the heaven, earth, spirits, and gods all hover over our heads in observation. They are different from man in that they can see everything without obstruction. Therefore, it is not easy to deceive them. If my offense is serious, then all kinds of disasters will befall me. If the fault is minor, it will still deduct from my current fortune. How can I not feel fear? Therefore, we must fear the spirits and gods every moment. Even I'm in an empty room, the spirits and gods watch over me very carefully and records everything. We can try covering up our evil doings from others, but the spirits and gods can see through to our hearts and know our every action. Ultimately, we cannot deceive ourselves. We would feel embarrassed and dishonored if others happened to see our misdeeds. Therefore, how can we not be constantly cautious of our every action and be fearful of the consequences they might evoke? But there is more to it. As long as a person still has one breath left, then he has the chance to repent of the most serious mistakes and offenses. If a person can have an overwhelming and courageous kind thought at the most important moment, then it can cleanse away hundreds of years of accumulated sins. This is just like how only one lamp is necessary to bring light into a valley that has been dark for 1,000 years. Sit. Besides, we are living in a tumultuous and constantly changing world. Our body, being made of flesh and blood, is extremely perishable. If our next breath does not come, then this body will no longer be part of us. By then, even if we did want to reform, we would not have the chance to do so. Therefore, when you commit evil, your retribution in the physical world is a bad reputation and name which will last for hundreds and thousands of years. Even filial children and loving grandchildren cannot cleanse your name for you. Whereas in your afterlife, you might end up in hell suffering immeasurable pain.